Gray hair is one of the most evident signs of aging. We know that, over time, our hair will inevitably lose its color. However, is it solely a natural consequence of aging, or can it appear prematurely? If premature graying is caused by accelerated aging, is it possible to reverse it? The answer is yes. In this video, we will explore the causes, mechanisms, and solutions for gray hair. Additionally, I will share evidence-based recommendations to slow down or delay this process and, in some cases, even reverse it through effective strategies. Although there are testimonials from people who have managed to restore their hair color, we do not yet fully understand how to replicate these results in all cases, as they depend on multiple factors. Nevertheless, we have enough evidence to implement certain steps that can help slow down the appearance of gray hair. It is important to remember that the most effective strategies vary from person to person. To understand what to do about gray hair, you first need to know that its appearance is due to the loss of pigmentation in the cells near the base of the hair follicle. This happens for two main reasons: a decrease in the stem cells that generate these pigment-producing cells, or damage to the cells responsible for producing pigment, which gradually causes the hair to turn white. Secondly, it's important to understand that gray hair can be reversed, but only if the stem cells responsible for producing the pigment-producing cells are still active. To visualize this better, imagine that if the artists responsible for coloring the hair disappear, there will be no one left to restore its color. This is key because premature graying is often due to the inactivity of these stem cells, influenced by genetic factors. However, this process can be improved and even reversed. Thirdly, there are two types of hair color alterations, one associated with natural aging and another caused by premature aging, each requiring different solutions. In fact, there are documented cases of people who have regained their hair color after treatments such as radiotherapy or the use of certain lymphoma medications. Lastly, premature graying is often linked to metabolic issues such as hyperthyroidism, heavy metal accumulation, drug use, oxidative stress, and nutritional deficiencies. In these cases, correcting these imbalances can slow down or even reverse premature graying. This same principle also applies to hair loss. The concept is simple: your body needs certain nutrients to function properly, and if it doesn't get them, its performance will be affected. Additionally, hair is not a priority for the body. For example, if the body needs iron, it will allocate it to red blood cells before using it for hair. Now, what is a gray hair, and why does it appear? The color of our hair is determined by cells called melanocytes, which are responsible for producing melanin, the pigment that gives hair its color. The variation in hair color depends on the type of melanin present and the number of active melanocytes. As these cells decrease over time, hair does not lose its color all at once but gradually desaturates, affecting its tone and brightness. What determines your hair color? If melanin is responsible for its tone, how is it possible for different hair colors to exist? The answer is simple: not all melanin is the same, and we don't all have the same amount. Therefore, hair color variation depends on both the type of melanin present and its concentration. For example, red-haired individuals have a type of melanin called pheomelanin, which produces reddish and brownish tones, and they have very little eumelanin, which is the most common type of melanin. In contrast, colors like blonde, brown, and black are all generated from the same eumelanin but in different proportions, with black hair containing the highest amount of this pigment. As I mentioned before, there are two processes that can lead to the development of gray hair. The first is related to age and aging, a genetically inherited process that occurs in all mammals that live long enough. In other words, it is inevitable unless we manage to modify our aging at a genetic level. The second type of graying, however, results from imbalances within our body. But how can we determine which one we are experiencing? Premature aging manifests as a significant appearance of gray hair before the age of 40. Although it can be inherited from one's parents, in most cases, it is caused by epigenetic or environmental factors, such as exposure to heavy metals, nutritional deficiencies, free radicals, or hormonal imbalances. The good news is that this means we can take action to prevent or delay the process. Moreover, any steps we take to prevent premature graying will also help slow down overall aging, proving that health and beauty are closely connected. So, Why do melanocytes disappear with aging? While there are many cells in our body that we retain throughout life, melanocytes, which are responsible for hair pigmentation, gradually disappear over time. But why does this happen? There is still no definitive answer, but we do know that it results from multiple factors that can affect the hair cycle. Hair follicles contain stem cells that generate all the other cells in the hair. Some of these become melanocytes, which produce the pigment responsible for hair color. However, this pigment is only produced during the hair growth phase. When the hair completes its growth cycle, it sheds from the follicle, and a new hair begins to form, restarting the process. The problem arises when the stem cells responsible for producing melanocytes fail or when existing melanocytes become damaged. This prevents pigment production, leading to the appearance of gray hair. Much of this loss is due to the natural cycles of hair growth and the accumulation of cellular damage over time. One of the main culprits behind this damage is free radicals, unstable molecules that steal electrons from other cells, causing destabilization and errors in DNA replication. When this process occurs repeatedly, the affected cells lose their ability to regenerate properly, accelerating premature aging. Free radicals are everywhere, both within our own bodies and in external factors such as ionizing radiation, ultraviolet light, and various environmental toxins. This is why antioxidants are so widely discussed. They help neutralize the harmful effects of free radicals, slowing down aging. The more free radicals present in our body and the fewer antioxidants we have, the greater the DNA damage, which accelerates the appearance of gray hair. Another interesting factor that influences graying is the accumulation of heavy metals, such as mercury and aluminum, which are highly toxic to the body. As a defense mechanism, the body tries to eliminate them, and one way it does this is through hair growth. Melanin plays a crucial role in this process, as it has the ability to bind to heavy metals and remove them through hair growth. In fact, many toxicity studies use hair analysis to measure the presence of these metals in the body. In conclusion, the more exposure we have to free radicals and heavy metals, the more damage our stem cells, responsible for replenishing melanocytes, will suffer. As a result, melanin production will decrease, and the appearance of gray hair will accelerate. There are multiple factors that can accelerate hair graying, including inflammation, stress, smoking, obesity, air pollution, and exposure to heavy metals. Additionally, certain toxins, fungi, and even a nutrient-deficient diet can influence this process. Currently, research is focused on increasing the presence of antioxidants in the hair bulb and reducing the accumulation of free radicals in that area. For this reason, the solutions I will recommend are aligned with these principles. What are the causes of premature graying? It has been observed that hyperthyroidism can accelerate the loss of hair color. In fact, there are documented cases of individuals who, after receiving T4 treatment, managed to regain part of their natural hair color. Secondly, we have nutritional deficiencies. Iron deficiency anemia. This condition can contribute to the early appearance of gray hair. Copper deficiency. Certain enzymes essential for melanin production and the elimination of free radicals depend on copper. When copper levels are low, antioxidant mechanisms weaken, promoting the onset of gray hair. Vitamin B12 deficiency. A connection has been found between a lack of this vitamin and premature graying. Low vitamin D3 levels. While not yet confirmed as a direct cause, premature gray hair is more common in individuals with vitamin D deficiency. If you notice the early appearance of gray hair, it is important to evaluate your thyroid hormone levels, make sure you don't have nutritional deficiencies, and reduce the accumulation of heavy metals. It is also crucial to minimize exposure to factors that generate excess free radicals. On the other hand, if graying is due to natural aging, the best strategy is to reduce free radical formation and increase antioxidants in the body. This, along with stimulating stem cells in the hair follicles, will help regenerate melanocytes and prolong hair pigmentation. How to treat the appearance of gray hair? The first step in treating gray hair is to reduce the presence of free radicals in the body. One of the compounds that most influences graying is hydrogen peroxide, as it blocks the action of a key antioxidant enzyme, methionine sulfoxide reductase, MSAR. When hydrogen peroxide levels are high and MSAR, catalase, and glutathione levels, all essential for combating oxidative damage, are low, the hair loses its pigmentation more quickly. Therefore, maintaining a balance in these defense mechanisms is crucial to delay the graying process. A key aspect in preventing premature graying is maintaining the right balance in your diet. In the blood, there is a substance called homocysteine, which increases hydrogen peroxide levels and, therefore, accelerates the appearance of gray hair. Elevated homocysteine levels are often associated with inflammation, but they can also be influenced by diet. Interestingly, both an excessive intake of animal protein and a completely animal-free diet can raise homocysteine levels. A diet high in animal proteins can increase its concentration, while a complete lack of these foods can lead to a vitamin B12 deficiency, which also promotes its accumulation. To avoid premature graying, it's ideal to follow a balanced diet with a moderate amount of animal protein to keep homocysteine levels low, while also being rich in antioxidants to counteract oxidative damage. What else can we do to reduce and prevent the appearance of gray hair? Increase catalase. There are pseudo-catalase creams that, in some cases, have been able to restore hair pigmentation. Increase glutathione. Glutathione is a key antioxidant that protects against free radicals and hydrogen peroxide. Although the body naturally produces it, current exposure to high levels of oxidative stress often makes it insufficient. Reduce homocysteine. As mentioned earlier, maintaining a balanced diet helps regulate its levels, which in turn helps prevent early graying. Eliminate hydrogen peroxide. Some substances, such as alpha-lipoic acid and cysteine, have the ability to neutralize hydrogen peroxide, reducing its negative impact on the hair. Use specific peptides. There are peptides that can stimulate the production of melanin and restore hair color, such as the peptide derived from bovine lactoferrin, palmitoyl tetrapeptide, and alpha-MSH. These compounds have shown potential in reactivating melanocytes and repigmenting the hair. Still in the research phase, these methods have shown their ability to repigment the hair, as long as the stem cells are still active. One last relevant tip, which even deserves a deeper analysis, is red and infrared light therapy. It has been observed that this treatment helps the body increase melatonin production and contributes to delaying the premature appearance of gray hair. To maximize the results, it is crucial to ensure there are no hormonal imbalances, adjust the diet according to the proper guidelines, and consider incorporating these additional approaches. The best part of taking care of hair health and preventing premature graying is that many of the strategies that help preserve hair pigmentation also have a positive impact on slowing down the general aging of the body. Increasing antioxidant levels and applying therapies that stimulate stem cells are examples of this. The key is to identify which factors can make a significant difference in our quality of life, whether it's correcting a nutritional deficiency, balancing hormones, avoiding tobacco use, or other harmful habits. Focusing on these specific aspects will be much more effective than applying various strategies in a partial way.